our fitness models that we, or how we create workouts. Do you guys remember that? Today, we're gonna kind of tie everything together that we talked about on Monday and Tuesday with, just Monday we talked about macronutrients and the importance of protein and a low processed carbohydrate diet, and how that would improve all of our health markers. On Tuesday, we talked about the 5 buckets of death and how overconsumption of processed carbs is going to put us in that chronic disease bucket. Obesity, type 2 diabetes, that's all lifestyle choices. You choose to do that. So if you want to get out of that bucket, you have to choose to eat healthier, okay? And then yesterday we talked about our 3 different ways that we create workouts. Today, we're going to talk about a continuum, and this is fitness model number 4, and this is like basically the base of everything. So sick, well, fit continuum. And this continuum is an overall representation of our health. So like we chatted about on Tuesday, all of our different health markers, you could literally start plotting your health markers on the sick, well, fit continuum, and you could see how you kind of rank on the continuum. Something that's easy that I like to start out with is blood pressure. What's a good blood pressure?
120/80.
And I actually put that in the well category. This marker is terrible. Can you get me another one? Thank you. Here we go. 120/80 for your blood pressure, okay? I put that in the well category because now if you go to the doctor's office and you have a good doctor, actually a better blood pressure is 110/70, okay? I would put anything above like that 160/100 or anything in the triple digits for both numbers, you are in that sick category, okay? You probably are taking blood pressure medication to keep you in the well or fit category. Just by a show of hands, is anybody on blood pressure meds? Okay, awesome. Another metric that you guys could track is your triglycerides, okay? We kind of talked about that on Tuesday a little bit. You could track those on here. You could put your body fat on here. Your what?
Body fat.
You could put your bone density. I mean, any blood marker that you get at the doctor's office through a blood panel test that we've kind of been chatting about, you could put on the sick, well, fit continuum. The cool part is with CrossFit, you could also put all of our metrics that we do at the gym here on here as well, okay? So like you could put your mile time. I would say you are a fit individual if you can run under a 7 or 8 minute mile. Run it. You would be fit. You would be well if you could run a mile in under 11 minutes. If you cannot run a mile in under 11 minutes, you would be in that sick category. 12 minutes or more for your mile. Okay? You could do the same thing with your deadlift, which we haven't gone over here yet, but it's just pulling weight from the floor to standing up. Okay? If you could do 2 times your body weight for a deadlift, you'd be in that fit category. If you could pick your body weight up, you would be in this well category, so a body weight deadlift. If you are unable to pick your body up from the floor, you would be in the sick category. So you can start to see, you can start plotting all of your individual metrics. And I know that I have encouraged all of you to go get your blood panel or your blood drawn. Has anybody scheduled that?
I've got them all the time. I just had mine done.
Perfect. Awesome. If you just had it done, wonderful. If you haven't, I would highly encourage you to get it done, because then you can get it done again in 3 to 4 months and see what has improved. Because if nothing has improved, then that means that even if you're consistently coming here 4 days a week, that tells me that you have not changed anything with your nutrition. It's as simple as that. If you've improved your nutrition, then you're going to be improving your health markers.
On the nutrition,
Yeah.
like yesterday, you said I didn't.
Yeah.
But I did cheat, but I know how you say it. It's like, instead of having 4 Pepsis, I only had 1.
Okay, that's an improvement.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yep.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not,
That's awesome. We'll come back to that in a second, okay? So I'm going to pass out these Sick, Well, Fit Continuum, just like we're talking about right now. And on the back has all of our key health markers, and it literally puts you in the sick, well, or fit category. Our goal here is to get you guys either in this well category or in this fit category. Life is much easier here and here. We talked about this on Tuesday with the 5 buckets of death, right? If you fall right now in your current stage and you would break a hip, think how your recovery would be, okay? Now think in about 6 months from now, if you really dial in your nutrition and you continue to come to CrossFit 4 days a week, think of your recovery if you would break a hip, fall and break a hip then. Do you think your recovery could be better?
Or we might not even fall.
Or you might not even fall, because we're working on balance, coordination, agility, strength. I like that. Okay. That is our goal here, is to just have you guys, and I have said it a million times and I hope it's ingrained in your heads, and if it isn't, I'm going to keep saying it. We want to improve your longevity of life and your quality of life. Okay? And you're going to get there by moving your bodies, coming to CrossFit, and dialing in on your nutrition of eating meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, no sugar. Okay? None is the goal. Is the end goal. Is that ideal for us right now? Maybe not, and that's okay. But small improvements each week is what we're looking for. Okay? So if you're at 200 grams of sugar a day, the likelihood of you eating 0 from here on out is very, very unrealistic and very, very unsustainable. But if you could lower that to 180 for a month, and then the next month it's 140, and then you can just kind of see over an entire year how much healthier you could become. And we tell people this all the time, think of how long it's taken you to get to the point where you're at currently. Even if you are a healthy individual, think of how long it took you to get there. It's gonna take you that long to get to where you want to be again.
What about alcohol sugars?
That is the same exact thing as dumping high fructose corn syrup.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
processed the exact same way.
It is.
Yep, alcohol is going to, it's a processed carbohydrate, and it is not good for
And
your body.
that's something that, again, we're not going to tell you that you can't ever drink alcohol, but the more that you severely limit that, the quicker you're getting out of the chronic disease bucket and moving from the sick to the well to the fit.
Not only that, but they just come out and said that any alcohol has a chance of cancer.
Well, it goes back to what I've been saying about the carbohydrate intake. It's a sugar. Carbohydrates are sugar, and that's what's causing cancer. That's what causes type 2 diabetes. That's what causes high blood pressure. That's what causes migraine headaches. The list goes on and on and on. So the faster you can get to the 130 grams of carbohydrate a day or less, the better off you're gonna
I'm a little confused as to, when we say carbohydrates, my mind automatically goes to fruits and vegetables.
be. Yep.
It doesn't go to sugar.
Yeah. Yes. So fruits and vegetables are a sugar once they come into your body and you start breaking it down.
Okay.
I'm not telling you that those are bad. I'm just saying you have to severely limit the intake of any carbohydrate, whether that's fruits and vegetables, candy, pop, alcohol. You have to start combining those all in the same thing and understanding they all get processed the same way. It's a sugar once it enters your body.
So the best bet is to stay with your proteins then.
Proteins and fats.
And
That's
fats.
what that food pyramid is going to tell you to go towards.
Okay.
The one that we handed out
Right.
to all of you guys, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to read.
But like what Brett's saying, and he might disagree with me on this, but having a handful of berries is going to be better for the breakdown in your body rather than 10 donuts.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's where I went to. I went from
Yeah.
eating berries, from eating crackers at 8 o'clock at night.
Perfect.
Great.
And you have to take those baby steps because you want it to be sustainable. But I'm just saying, if you go from eating, where's Liana? You go to see her in the morning, you get 2 cases of donuts.
So you have
If you go from that to eating just strictly meat and fats, you're going to get out of that bucket faster.
Okay.
How do you what do you do when you get that that
Like that desire. Brett and I, like what we do is if you want sugar, well, first of all,
We're not perfect either.
yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you can never eat it, and I'm not going to
Right.
tell you that I don't. We're going to get a pizza later on.
Yeah.
2 nights ago we had cookies. Like, we're just as guilty as everybody else, but we
Yeah.
understand what it's doing to our body, and we try to
Limitation.
limit it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like to what you're saying is, yeah, like we do eat it sometimes. We definitely, I would say that we follow the whole food of eating this pyramid 90% of the time. And then 10% of the time.
kind of veer off a little bit.
So like one to 2 meals a week, we're going to get it from someplace. So like
Yeah.
that's a
It keeps you from doing it every
pizza,
night, though, if you do that.
100%.
The main thing is understanding and eating this, it's not the greatest thing for me to eat.
But you understand what you're doing.
Yep. And then getting back on track right after you do it.
Yeah.
Don't let 2 meals turn into 3 meals. Don't let one day turn into 2 days.
But I found
It's
myself
just, you gotta
with
get
the
back at it.
Pepsi, I'm trying, okay, I'm not gonna drink Pepsi. But I drink a gallon of sweet tea, I drink all these little juice boxes. I probably drank 6, 7 more times than I would if I just drank the stupid Pepsi.
Yeah. and,
Just
you know,
drink
if
water.
You can get rid of all those things, you're gonna be better
I've
off.
been drinking it.
Yeah.
It's because they all probably have lots of added sugars in them. And
So you're
when
addicted
you're
to the
drinking,
sugar.
like fruit juice, people will tell you, oh, I drink orange juice, that's good for you. It's terrible for you because it's got 57 grams of sugar per serving in there. So that if you're trying to stay in that food pyramid, that's over half of what you're supposed to be eating for the day.
As I just should drink the Pepsi and get it over with and just
Yeah.
the one Pepsi instead of 5 different
Yeah.
things.
I mean, you can drink the one Pepsi and then eventually you're going to find that you won't be drinking pop.
Well, I won't say that. I used to drink 5,
Well,
6
you
a
asked
day.
me
Yeah.
if I drank
down to
pop
1.
when I first got there, you interviewed me. I said never, and I didn't. As a child, I never did. As an adult, I never did. And this past week, I've had to have Coke. I don't know why.
Carol,
I had to have 3 Cokes. And I'm like, what
The
am I
zero
doing?
sugar things that are all the rage right now, they've got some sort of sweetener, right? Is that alcohol sugars in
yeah,
there?
most of them are. They say 0 sugar, but if you look under carbohydrate, it will say 13 grams of sugar alcohol. That drink I just was drinking, it's got 13 grams of sugar alcohol in it, but it says 0 sugars.
Gotcha,
Like she
But
was
it's
saying
still
that
going to
she,
get processed a similar way.
gotcha.
and she said she hadn't had it forever and ever, and then all of a sudden she wanted like 3 of them. Is it with this workout stuff? Could that be making us want something that
It shouldn't. No. Nope. I don't know why you were craving
No, I
that.
don't
But
know.
yeah.
Like, it was
shouldn't.
there on the shelf. I said, wow, that looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I never drank it in my life.
Yeah. Yep. And you guys are a lot of times it's gonna sound good. You're gonna have to rely on dedication over what sounds good. I mean, yeah.
Discipline and understanding. Eating is to fuel your body. It's not to tickle your brain. That's what the food companies want to happen with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
In
Break into
the
that
evening, instead of like when the sugar cravings kick in, I try to do grapes or an orange. Is that too still sugar?
It's still sugar, but it's a better option than a Snickers bar.
Because they're sweet, and so
Yes.
it kind of helps with the sugar.
Absolutely. Yep, it's gonna be a better option.
I end up eating Swiss cheese, and when I wanted sugar the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked at the sugar, what I could have of sugar versus 4 pieces of cheese. I took the 4 pieces of cheese.
There you go. Yep, that's great. Yeah. Yeah.
It made me stop thinking about the sugar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It wasn't even in the same category.
Yeah. And you'll start to find as you eliminate the sugar from your diet, and then like Brett said, we are not perfect, and we planned this whole week that we're going to have a pizza tonight. Like, we know that we're probably going to feel terrible after we eat it. Like, Brett feels awful. He had a cookie the other night, and he's like, I feel terrible instantly. And it's like, it's because he doesn't eat sugar. Yeah, he's poisoning himself. So, like, anytime that we do choose to eat it, it's like it does taste good, but then it's almost like, why do we do it? Because
You think we've learned by now?
I know. But so those are the things that you'll start to kind of learn, and you'll figure out, and you'll navigate. Is there any other questions?
Okay, we got a birthday party this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it better to eat pizza? I'm gonna eat it. Is it better to eat it without the crust?
Yeah.
Keto-friendly pizza.
I know the sauce is full of sugar.
So I'm not telling you to do this, but some things that if you're going to a social gathering like that, what you can do is you can eat before you go. That way you're full, and then you're less inclined to eat the whole pizza like I probably would. You'll eat 1 or 2 pieces. Take something with you to eat, or don't eat at all when you go. I know that we've done that in the past. Like we have to go to the holidays at our parents' houses, and they are cooking something that we don't want to eat because it's not the greatest for you. We take food, they get offended, and it's like, well, sorry, but this is our plan. This is what we're trying to do goal-wise, and that's not fitting in there. So you will probably hurt people's feelings along the way. It's okay to say no, but if you just be upfront and honest with people about, I'm trying not to eat this, and here's why.
Yeah.
But
It
to
goes over a lot
mom,
smoother.
to mom.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. And that's the thing, is I'm not telling you not to eat it. I'm just saying if you can, in the future, develop strategies around, I'm going to get some protein before I go. I'm going to have a piece of pizza and a small piece of cake. That's going to limit that intake compared to, like I said, if I go on an empty stomach, I'm eating a whole large pizza. I'm going to eat the 6 pieces of cake.
Yeah.
It's not good. So, and I know that going in, so I try to eliminate some of those variables and stay on track towards my goals that way.
Yeah, if you eat before, then you can still enjoy maybe 1 slice of pizza, like Brett said, and then maybe a small piece of cake. But any time before any gatherings, Brett and I always try to eat before, because we don't know what the selection will be there. It sounds like it's gonna be, very carb loaded, so you'll just have to kind of plan around that. I will say though, that like if your family might start to, and your friends, give you some like backlash at first, but now our family does like try to prioritize proteins at meals that they typically wouldn't. Like breakfast is a good example. A lot of times prior to Brett and I, really introducing this to them, they would just have like donuts, French toast, what have you, fruit, but it's all carbohydrates. So now they are getting better, like, okay, we do need to offer a protein at a breakfast if we host it. So having the conversations, I mean, honestly, you might be nervous at first, but a lot of times people are wanting to learn how to live a healthier life. They just don't know how. So.
was in a restaurant yesterday, but there was no information on the menu of what anything was.
Yep.
Other than what you were saying the other day, which I used that, and
You can always ask.
I asked her, she was young, she didn't know anything.
The chefs always will know.
And that's
Yep.
one thing that if the server, like, just say it says a cheeseburger or steak, and it doesn't list it's a 1/4 pound cheeseburger or an 8-ounce steak. Ask the server. If they don't know, ask them to ask the manager or the chef, because somebody in the store has to buy the food to portion it out on the plates.
Okay.
So somebody will have an idea what one serving is. It's 4 ounces or 3
Yeah.
ounces, and then you have an idea of, oh, I have this much beef, and I'm gonna know that I'm gonna get about 20 grams of protein. With that,
Yeah.
whatever.
When Brett and I are very, very diligent, I mean, Brett asks a lot. At this stage of my journey of being pregnant, I'm not asking how much protein I'm getting at each meal. But he'll ask, like, okay, we go, I mean, Outback is an easy one. They always have like your steaks listed of what you're gonna, steaks are easy. But yeah, like your burgers or like if you're getting fish, how many ounces of fish is on this plate? And the chef or the manager, they almost 99.9% of the time they have to know. Yeah.
Isn't there an app?
MyFitnessPal, yeah, but they're gonna have, I mean, especially your local places like.
But they won't have a local.
No.
They will have like the Outbacks and
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
that.
Yep, there's lots of different apps like
Yeah.
that you can use.
Yep.
I kind of did my own thing. I did the burger with the Swiss cheese and mushroom, and then I only ate half the bun. And it was just, I tried to love it.
Yeah.
I did this, I did this, I did this. you
That's
know.
great.
You know,
Making those little
there was
improvements.
no information on that menu.
I know I found a difference from yesterday, this morning. I didn't force as much protein into me as I normally, like I'm walking around feeling like a balloon. If you took a pin, I'd explode. That's how I feel all the time. And I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna load up on food if I'm not hungry.
Right.
And
Made a difference.
it
Good.
did make a difference this morning. All I had was some oatmeal. And I didn't have a protein drink.
Yeah.
And it made a difference in the way I felt coming in here.
Good.
I'm still
So I don't know if, like, we talked grams of protein
Yeah.
in the beginning, and you were saying that I should be shooting for like around 120
Yeah.
grams, and I do shoot for that, and I do make it. I even go higher sometimes.
Good.
But I feel
And my question for you is, and I know I told you to write down everything you're eating,
right, and I do.
but is it the
down.
protein that's making you full or the carbohydrates? Because what you ate for this morning is just straight carbs. So that could be, if you replaced a carb with a protein, you might not be feeling as full.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah. So it's just going to be trial and error.
Yeah.
But just,
It's like a whole way of learning, because we were always told oats were like the best thing for you as a kid and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah, and I did a talk at the fire station last weekend. We go in there and train them, and then we give them nutrition advice also. And I drew the traditional food pyramid on one side of the whiteboard, and then I drew that one on the other side.
It's
The
different.
traditional food pyramid is telling you to eat almost 20 servings of carbohydrate a day. That's telling you to eat basically 0. So the government's been poisoning you and encouraging people to be poisoning themselves for 40 years.
Yeah, it's like a whole different, this is like changing the whole lifestyle.
Right. And a lot of people, when they come into a CrossFit gym, it's a very, very big wake-up call, because we're preaching against what any dietary guidance from any government source has been for 40 plus years.
Can we sue them?
But it works.
No,
well,
I'm just-
we can't personally, but I
but
think
it's
that's
just,
in the
It
process.
is, it's like
Yeah.
what we've been taught, and even in our school, my school.
Yeah.
Schools are starting to change.
USDA guidelines.
Yeah, their guidelines a little bit, but yeah, there's some big things in the works that are happening, in my opinion, that will be coming to light. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna start checking everything out. If I'm gonna go to a certain restaurant before I go, and kind of get an idea of stuff. So
Yeah.
when you get
There you go.
kind of get an idea. of
So
what-
this whole thing with Bobby Kennedy and his whole take on food, is real?
Yeah.
All the dyes and
Some of the people that, like the founder of CrossFit, he has a Broken Science Initiative. They've been advising Bobby Kennedy on a lot of things that he's done. So
Okay.
you might start to see some actual changes with some of the guidelines through the USDA that are beneficial for people. And it's actually going off of actual science and not somebody that paid to get on the food pyramid and tell you you eat 6 to 11 servings of grain a day.
It's actually, we've got a friend from Canada who lives here in Canada.
Oh my gosh, I bet it's so different.
It's so different. They're like, this cereal in Canada looks like this, and ours is like bright red and green, and this looks like cow feed.
That is a great example because like it is literally like these companies can sell the United States the same exact product, like let's just say Fruit Loops, and our ingredients have all the dyes in it, all the sugar. In Canada,
40 ingredients and Canada's got 5.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really, really sad.
It's nuts.
But then you look at like, I mean, you could get into the trenches with it, but then you look at their healthcare model and ours. So it's like they don't want their people to be sick because it's free healthcare. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what made me reach out for this, because my last doctor visit, he's just been upping my insulin. Just, well, we'll put more, we'll just do some more, we'll do some more. And I'm like, okay, now we're starting to get a little out of hand on the insulin, right? So,
Let's
Yeah.
make some lifestyle
We can
changes, fix the root cause.
We
Yeah.
can absolutely fix that. It's just the carbohydrate intake, alcohol consumption, switch that with protein, do that stuff less, keep coming in here. Your insulin level will come down.
Well, I already noticed it. I mean, my fasting blood sugar numbers are the lowest they've been, and like this morning was the lowest it's been.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's amazing. So it would be great the next doctor visit. Like it will be so awesome to see them start to take some of it away.
Yeah.
That will be so cool.
Sugar free something, is it good? Is the stuff that's in sugar free, is it healthy? I don't eat, which is obvious, I don't eat sugar free anything. But
I mean, if it's a sugar-free option, I'm assuming it's going to be a processed option, so probably not. I mean, it's still going to have all the same
stuff in it.
terrible ingredients in there. Yeah.